Hey everybody. Welcome to our straight through build of the LEGO Star Wars Millennium Falcon, the Ultimate Collector Series Edition, the new one that just came out in 2017. Now those of you that have never watched any of my previous videos know that I have uploaded already 7 videos of the breakdown of building this, basically into 7 different steps. And as I break those down, I go over each one in detail. So if you want to check those out, I'll put links at the end of this video. But if you prefer to watch the entire build all in one video, you're at the right place. Now this is the biggest LEGO set LEGO has ever created. It contains 7,541 pieces. You do the math, that's about 11 cents per piece. And this thing weighs almost 20 pounds. Now this took 2 people, my wife and I, 25 hours to put together over a week-and-a-half period, doing it every evening. Now keep in mind we were also watching Netflix, so we were kind of taking our time and our attention was kind of divided, but still, it took a long time. But we're going to go ahead and roll that time-lapse video, and at the end of it we'll go ahead and debrief, and I'll show you some specifications about this thing that I personally really enjoy. Check it out. So there you have it, you guys. Finally, after 25 hours of building over a week and a half, we are finished. This thing is amazing. Now I can really appreciate why they call it an Ultimate Collector's Set Edition. And that's just because it's really not meant to be picked up and played around with. This thing is massive. As far as its sturdiness, on a 1 to 10 scale, I'd probably give it a 6 or a 7. There are little pieces that can break off if you do grab this in the wrong manner. I've had that happen. And if you're lucky enough, you'll know where those pieces go. But, I mean, there's a lot of pieces here. So if I put my hands under this thing and I try lifting up and something snaps off underneath there, there's a good chance I'm not going to know where it goes. And let me tell you, in this big, thick book, it's going to be a pain in the bee to figure out where that piece goes. But nonetheless, I could still, if I'm careful, I could still lift it up. Pretend like I'm flying it around maybe a few feet. Land it. So it's still pretty sturdy. You just still have to have delicate hands with it. What this really is for is the hardcore Lego collectors or Star Wars fans that just want a piece to sit around, and look good. Let me show you what this thing can do. And I'll end up bringing the cameras over here in a second. But the paneling, if you listen or look closely, it kind of has some give to it. It's very flexible, but yet it's still in its place and it still stays in its place. That's designed so you can actually lift some of this up and off and reveal the rooms below. And I have to guess which ones it is because I can't remember. Basically all the paneling can come off, but you can make your life a lot easier if you know which ones you want to take off. Even this top gun here comes right off. It's not clicked in or anything, so you can put a character right in the gunner seat if you want, and then it just slides right back in. So let me get that camera. Alright, so here you can kind of see like just an empty room. Not much going on down there. But over here, you can start to make out the room where the hyperdrive is, and this right here is the hyperdrive. It actually turns a little bit. It's pretty cool. They have stickers, so the gangways actually kind of look like they are actual hallways running through the Millennium Falcon. This right here is pretty sweet. It's actually one of the smuggler compartments, the little grate that comes over it, which is really cool. Put that back. Over here you have the famous, 3D chessboard that Chewie doesn't like to lose on, and right beside that is the helmet that Luke Skywalker practices his lightsaber training. And here's the swivel chair that Han Solo sits in. It turns out these holes in the front of the Falcon are actually just access panel bays to the inner workings of the Falcon, which is cool. Of course, you got the cockpit here. Actually has glass on it. Unlike the previous Lego versions that just have the bars and no glass. Now, it's not easy to get into here to put your Lego figures in there. You actually have to take off this front cover and then pop off the glass, but it could be worse. Still fun to do. You have two of these escape pods on the side. Of course, you have the antenna, and they actually gave you two antennas to build. This is the one from the first, 4 through 6, episodes 4 through 6. But they also give you the one from episode 7 and 8 that's more rectangular. It's the replacement one after this one gets damaged. I'll go ahead and put these panelings back on top here so you can see how that goes, if I can remember how they go. So it's pretty easy for this paneling. It's just this one peg right there that just slips into a slot underneath. Make sure I can get it in there right. There we go. Got it. And we can put the other paneling on here. Again, this peg just goes right in there. Easier said than done while I'm holding a camera. There we go. And then we'll put this paneling back on. Now these are really the only panelings you're supposed to remove right here, just because the other ones are a little bit more tricky. How this goes like this. These just literally just rest right on there, just like so. And that's it. Again, access panels to the interior mechanics of the ship, just like in the movies. And we'll go ahead and lastly put on this panel. Again, it just rests right in there, like so. It's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, the top of it. Now notice the top of the Falcon is actually really detailed. Look at all the pipage and all the gadgets on top. I just think that is so cool. And again, this can come off and you can look at the gunner seat of the Top Gun position. And then it just slides right in there. They have one on the bottom as well. There we go. And it moves around as well. It's pretty cool. But let me show you my favorite part of this build. Check this out. All right, you ready? It's got the hatch. I love that, man. That's so cool. And just like in episode 5, here's the big secret. The big secret this thing has to hide. Ready? Isn't that awesome? It's got the drop down automatic blaster. That's so cool, dude. I love that. Pew, pew, pew. And then you can just push it right back up. And close the little hatch. And you can drop it again if you want. Here's the cockpit. We'll put some of the Lego figurines in there in a second. What I really love is talking about the details of the skin here. I really love this part, the front side part. They made you make these panelings and then put all these random beams and stuff in it. And I just think that is the coolest thing ever. And that goes for both sides of it. I mean, some of them even move and stuff. Alright, some of the figurines you get are BB-8, C-3PO, old Han Solo, new Han Solo, Finn, Princess Leia, Rey, Chewie, and 2 of those little penguin things. You also get one of those, sucker bats from Episode 5 that you can put on the Falcon if you want, or you don't have to. As well as, like I was saying before, an antenna for Episode 7 and 8. And they also give you a little Millennium Falcon sign that gives you all the information you need about the Millennium Falcon. And here's what they look like inside the cockpit. Now, for those of you that watched me build the Lego Saturn V, know that I actually built a shadow box for a second set of that series that I nulled out and encased. And I know I said I would never do anything like that again because it was that difficult. But, I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to do something with this. So I decided what my summer project this year is going to be is to build a coffee table that I can actually encase this in. It's going to suck, but we'll do it. If you want to check out the case I built for the Saturn V, I'll put a link at the end of this video. I can't wait to see what the next Lego series it is I'm going to buy. Come on, Falcon 9. God bless you guys. Stay righteous.